Hey guys, how's it going? How are you doing? Welcome everyone who's new here. Hey everyone from Calgary, how are you? I love that you're listening. Thank you so much. I'm Natalia Schneidmiller and I help women stop all the fighting in their relationships, starting with their kids, especially their sons. I have 4 boys, so that is such a sweet spot for me. Like, I want to have a good relationship with them. So that's why I named my podcast, Stop Fighting with Your Son. But if it's showing up for you with your son or your daughter, it's probably showing up with you somewhere else in your life. So that's why I made it even wider. That I said I help women eliminate all the fighting in their life with everyone. And so then I do that by helping you and teaching you and demonstrating to you by my example how to manage your mind so that you can handle anything that comes in life. And then that way it doesn't have you cause fights in your relationships. So I'm so excited about this topic today because I've just discovered this new connection that I think will help you a lot. And I was driving and thinking about it. And I saw this connection between being annoyed. If you're annoyed with someone, there is a direct correlation, I think, with if you're annoyed, that means you're not thinking about what you want to do or what you want. So every time, I've coached a couple clients recently on this, looking back at my own history of when I'm annoyed with people, looking at my boys when they are annoyed with each other. I see that there's a pattern, okay? Whenever we are annoyed with someone else, we are not doing our work. We're not doing our thing. We're not doing our business. We're not staying in our business. And therefore, we're staying in their business and we are super annoyed because we can't control what they're doing. We want to control what they're doing. We have opinions on what we think that they should do, what they shouldn't do, how they should do it, when they should do it. You see what I mean? It gets really frustrating because we have no control at all over what's going on out there, whether it's your kid, your partner, anyone. And so then we create feeling of annoyment. I don't even know that's the word. We feel annoyed in our body because of all the thoughts we're thinking about someone else. Even when I thought about my business, when I was looking out at other business owners and comparing myself and thinking about them and what they're doing, I was not staying in my business and what I want to do, what I want to create, who I want to help. So I was miserable because I was not doing my business. I was not thinking about what I want to do. And my mind was judging what they're doing and judging what I'm doing. And so there's a direct correlation between if you feel bad, then you are not doing your business. If you're thinking about other people and you feel bad, annoyed, if you are comparing and shaming yourself, if you are feeling agitated, if you are feeling disappointment, you are not doing your business. And a simple question that I have asked my clients was actually very hard to answer for them. And the question was, what do you want to do? And sometimes it's really hard to answer for us because we haven't given it any thought. We've been so much into other people's business that we don't even know. We have to revisit and start from zero and ask ourselves, what do we want to do in this particular situation or time or day or month or whatever, when we automatically tend to go to thoughts about other people and we are annoyed, right? And so we then get into this loop, I would feel so much better if this person behaved this way, but they don't, so I feel annoyed, but here's all the reasons why they should change, and I would even talk to them, and then I have to do things with them so that they would change, and then I'm not doing what I want to be doing. Why do I have to do things that they want to do, or why do I have to think about them, right? All of that can be eliminated by a simple question: what do I want to do? And I had this perfect opportunity with having 4 kids, right? It's a lot of, you can argue, it's a lot of responsibility, obligation. It's a lot of people to take care of. and a husband, right? So it's super easy to go to the place where you just say to yourself, well, I'm poor me, I have so much to do, I don't have time, I have all these things I have to do, and it's all because I have so many kids. But the work still needs to be done. So no matter what the excuse, you still have to ask yourself, what do I want to do? Even if you tell yourself, I don't have time, I don't have the opportunity, everything's on me. Asking yourself, what do you want to do, will connect you with yourself. And it doesn't mean, let's be clear here. I'm not saying when you answer yourself, like when you ask yourself, what do I want to do? Then you answer yourself that you actually have to go do all those things. There's two different things. Telling yourself the truth of what you want to do and actually going and doing them. That's very different, two different things. So when you tell yourself the truth, you tell yourself, you know what, I'm going to tell myself the truth, but I don't have to act on it. I don't have to go do all those things. I can just know what I want to do, and deciding to do them is a different conversation, right? That way there's no pressure. That way you will be willing to tell yourself the truth. Like, I don't want to see anyone today, right? Doesn't mean that you're actually going to tell everyone to go away, right? Or I want to go away for the weekend by myself. That could be their truth, but you might have so much judgment about that, and you might think, oh, if I admit that to myself, then I have to go do that. Then you're not going to tell yourself the truth. You're going to say, no, I have to take care of the kids and the family, blah, blah, blah. Right? So give yourself an option to not do those things, but tell yourself the truth, right? Or I don't want to see my partner one of the days on the weekend, for example. I want to see him on the other day, and one day I want for myself. That's just an example. I don't want to see my kids in the morning, right? I don't want to see my kids in the evening. Telling yourself the truth does not mean, and notice how all of the examples that I'm telling you are things that people don't want to do, because we don't give ourselves space to not want to do things. We're like, well, I have to do it. And then we don't even think, oh, I want to do nothing is a thing. I want to be alone is frowned upon. I want to do nothing and be alone. Like, that could be on your to-do list, and you could feel really good about it. Did you know that? That could be so freeing. You could have no judgment about it, no shame. You could honor that and tell yourself, like, I decide that I'm going to respect that and honor that, and that's what I want and that's what I need, and I don't have to explain that to anyone, and that's what I want, right? Because as moms, we have all these obligations, responsibilities, to-do lists, everything. So it's so easy to get into the habit of shoulding yourself. I should, I have to, a never-ending list, right? But you can put on your list alone time, put on your list quiet time, rest time, reading a book time, sleeping. You actually put it on your list, like have it as an item, then cross it off. Because that is something that you're honoring what you want to do, okay? The more you do that, the happier you will be. I see that in my kids all the time. When they are not doing what they want to be doing, then they're just sitting on the couch, they get super annoyed by their brothers. And then I see in the next moment or half an hour later, he gets up and goes away and reads a book. He's happy. Gets up, goes away, plays on his piano. Or he's bored, annoyed by his brothers, gets up, goes over there, plays Lego. So that is a beautiful, beautiful example of how when you are not doing what you want to be doing, and not thinking about what you want to be doing or creating or building or whatever, you have such an open invitation for being annoyed, right? Because your mind's now idle and people are around, so it's going to get into their business. So ask yourself this question: what do I want to do? And I can tell myself the truth. I don't have to do any of those things that I tell myself, and I can just enjoy telling myself and listening to myself and making a list. Open up a notes on your list, make a list on your phone if you don't have a notebook, or if you have a notebook, make a list in your notebook and just keep adding to that list. I suggest I always have a list going, whether if it's been a couple months, 1 year, regularly. I go and add to that list, and I have a habit of asking myself, what do I want? Because here's the background for this is Abraham has really taught me to value that what we attract in our life, right, the law of attraction, comes from our thoughts and comes from our desires. So the more attention we give to it, the more we attract what we want. Therefore, it's very important to spend time on thinking and doing things that you want. Like for me, it's incredible. I was just thinking about it today when I was working out, and my trainer was counting for me in Spanish. And I thought, how incredible is it that I only put out to the universe that I would like to learn Spanish, and I'm exposed to Spanish multiple times a week now, a day, because my boys bring Spanish home from school. My trainer speaks Spanish. So I am just amazed that just by my simple act of declaring to the universe that that's what I want, that I already started receiving doses of it regularly from people. That, like, learning language from people is a lot more effective because there's that emotional human connection, and then you remember it, right? Repetition. So that is why I am posing you this question, and I really want to stress to you that it is super important. Especially, I want you to be paying attention when you're annoyed with someone. Okay, now you can set an alarm in your brain and say, if I'm annoyed with someone, if I'm irritated, if I'm bugged by somebody, am I doing my business? Am I thinking about what I want? Am I doing what I want? Okay, let's just get back to me. What do I want? What do I want to create? Who do I want to help? What do I want to do for fun, right? That is sometimes a super hard question to answer because it takes work to search and to feel bored. Boredom can be super uncomfortable, just like I see in my kids, right? And then adults, we don't have a chance to be bored because we go on our phone, we watch TV, and we justify that we have to do so much, then we entertain ourselves, right? So we don't even have a chance to be bored like kids do. And so we don't have a chance to really push ourselves, to really force ourselves to ask ourselves, what do I want to do? Because with my kids, I can still control their screen time. And sometimes they can't go on their screen. So I can see that struggle in them. They're bored and they don't want to do anything. They're getting annoyed. And then out of that boredom, a beautiful thing is born. They start playing. They start doing crafts or drawing. Bigger boys are reading a lot. They're playing Nerf gun wars. They're creating forts. They're learning to play piano. It's a beautiful thing. So that is super quite important question. I really want you to understand how important that is, because that is where all of your life's creation starts, is with that question. What do I want to do? Or what do I want? That is where it all starts. It starts in your head with your thoughts. And then from that, it's like a little seed, and it grows into more thoughts around it. And you start collecting all information. You start researching. You start imagining. And a beautiful plant grows in your garden of your mind. And when we do that on purpose, we grow a beautiful garden in our mind, in our life. And we don't grow weeds. And weeds are those of annoyment, like feeling annoyment. I just created a new word of feeling annoyed, irritated, angry. Those are weeds. And if we put our attention on them longer, then we let those weeds grow in our mind. And then they manifest in our body, and they manifest in our relationships with fights. So don't beat yourself up for it. We all do it. I still do that sometimes when I'm not aware of it. I'm still a human. I still do all those things. And I just want you to have the same brain thought management tools that I have, so you can kind of catch it in time, see it for what it is, and redirect your mind. And just start making it a habit of asking yourself, what do I want? And one thing of advice I want to give you, when you write down that list, instead of writing down, I want, like, let's say I want a beautiful relationship with my son, I suggest you write it down in the present moment. You write it down and say, I have a beautiful relationship with my son, as if it's already true, right? Because the universe gives you what you attract, what you believe. So if you believe that you still don't have it right now, if you write it down like I want to have it, that means right now you're believing you don't have it, then it will attract that energy to you. Like, oh, I don't have it, but I want it. But if you say it from a point of view that it's already true, like I have a beautiful relationship with my son, then you will start attracting that reality from that identity, from that place where it's already true. And it will help your brain to adjust to thinking, okay, how is that true? So whatever you want to write it down as if it's already happened. Like my husband and I play a sport together. We feel good. We exercise regularly. We eat healthy. We go out every 2 weeks. We have so much fun with our kids, right? Write it down as if it's all already true. I have really good, strong relationships at work. I am respected at work. I'm so happy of how I show up at work. I don't fight with anyone anymore. I have really good, peaceful relationships in all of my life with friends and work and kids and partner. And I can trust myself, and I am at peace with where I am. And I practice love and support for myself no matter what. And when I do find things that I can improve on, then I don't beat myself up for them. I simply learn from them. I simply look at them. I study them, and I see, okay, I wonder why, I'm more curious about it. Less beating up, less shame, and more just curious. I wonder why I did that. And this is like the thoughts that I'm suggesting that you adapt right now for your relationship with yourself and with others. And then that will really, really sprout and start growing, and watch it grow. And it does manifest itself, but you have to declare it to yourself, to the world. Okay? So if you need any help with, finding that trust for yourself and peace and eliminating all the fights with your son, with anyone close to you, I'm always here for you. You can find me at my website, www.coachingnatalia.com, and go sign up for a free mini session. First session is completely free. You can trust me. I can listen to you, and you can vent, and you can experience what coaching is like as well. And I can help you. Okay, so your relationships are important, and especially your relationship with yourself. So, or you can email me at natalia@coachingnatalia.com. I love you all so much. Thank you so much for listening. If you love it, subscribe and share with your friends. Give me a review. I really appreciate it. You guys are the best. Thank you so much. Bye.